Most Canadians know of the Château Montebello as a renowned landmark, recently listed for sale. But before it hosted summits for amigos, it was a club for high society called the Seigneurie Club. But did you know there's a mini Montebello just across the Ottawa River with its own stories of high society?
And there's a bit of legend, there's a little bit of folklore, there's a little bit of, maybe truth.
The story of Turtle Lodge starts back in the Seigneurie Club days, when Montebello was touted as the largest log structure in the world. One of the club members was J.R. Booth, grandson of Ottawa lumber king John Rudolphus Booth. J.R. was an aviator and radio pioneer who reportedly owned one of the first cars in the capital. He and his wife apparently liked to party.
There were a couple of incidences where, he was, swinging from chandeliers, she was swimming in the fountains, I guess they were just very raucous.
He used to dive bomb the members of the Seigneurie Club. He used to fly over and kind of dive bomb like a bird would. His personality wore them out at the Seigneurie Club, and they finally kicked him out of the Seigneurie Club.
J.R. wasn't going to let that ruin his fun.
He built a miniature Montebello on Miller Island, directly in front of the Seigneurie Club. And so he wasn't allowed to be a member of the Seigneurie Club. He was certainly capable of getting in his boat at nighttime and crossing the river and going over there and partying with everybody.
Mini Montebello has been called Turtle Lodge because the bedrooms come off the grand living room like the limbs of a turtle, with the kitchen at the head, and the story goes, the back end facing Montebello.
So he could sort of put his thumb at them.
That's a good story, but that's not accurate.
So why would William Palmer know? Well, in the 1980s, the former Ottawa Rough Rider bought the lodge and the island, expanding it to build a condominium community.
It was like going into a museum all the time, because you would walk in and the scale of it was so spectacular. The living room alone was 3,000 square feet.
Every time you come into this room, you almost see something different.
It's unclear which paintings, hunting trophies, or decorations might date all the way back to Booth's time. Turtles, said to be a personal emblem of J.R. Booth's, are a definite theme. Of course, portraits of J.R. maintain a watchful eye on the lodge and its chandeliers. Access to the lodge is for condo owners and their guests, though the moral of J.R. Booth's story is that fun isn't invitation only. You can make your own, sometimes with a dash of spite.